Konnichiwa. Today's topic is the wa particle and the ga particle. What's the difference? Wa and ga are quite similar to each other. If a sentence topic is simply what the sentence is about, and the sentence subject is the person or thing doing the action of the verb, then either wa or ga can be either the topic or the subject of the sentence. So how do you choose which one to use in any given sentence? Here are some main points. I'll start with the most basic and then progress towards the more complex. So please don't feel like you need to learn everything all at once. Learn the first few and get used to them. Then, as your language skills progress, learn the next ones and get comfortable with those. So let's start. Point number 1, topic wa versus subject ga. By the way, the wa is written with a hiragana ha, but when it's used as a particle, we pronounce it wa. Wa is often called the topic marker because it's added after the topic of the sentence. It introduces the topic, and then the rest of the sentence simply gives information about that topic. For instance, in the sentence, 月曜日は兄の誕生日です. Monday is my brother's birthday. The topic is Monday, 月曜日, and it's like saying, as for Monday, it's my brother's birthday. On the other hand, ga is more often called the subject marker. And please remember that the subject of a sentence is the person or thing that is doing the action of the verb in the sentence. So in the sentence, 妹が今家に帰りました. My sister came home just now. The subject is 妹, sister, because she is the person doing the action of returning home. It's tricky because wa and ga can seemingly be used interchangeably in the same sentence with nearly identical meaning, just slightly different emphasis. It's confusing because the sentence topic, what the sentence is about, and the sentence subject, the person or thing doing the action of the verb in the sentence, are often the same word. So again, remember that ga tends to emphasize the subject, but in contrast, wa tends to emphasize the predicate a little bit. It's not so much that it emphasizes the predicate, but it introduces the topic and then gives information about it. Here's what I mean. We already looked at this sentence, but 月曜日は兄の誕生日です. Monday is my brother's birthday. If you use wa, it's like saying, as for Monday, well, what about it? It's my brother's birthday. Monday is introduced as the topic, and then information is given about it. If we take the exact same sentence, but instead of wa, we use ga, 月曜日が兄の誕生日です. Now you're really emphasizing the word 月曜日, Monday. It's like saying, Monday is my brother's birthday. Monday is, not Sunday. Monday is, not Tuesday or Wednesday. Another way to think about the difference between wa and ga is that wa goes after general topics, whereas ga goes after specific ones. It might be easier to think of wa and ga this way, that wa is added after general topics or subjects, whereas ga is added after specific ones. So again, specifically, Monday is my brother's birthday. Here's another example. 妹は今家に帰りました versus 妹が今家に帰りました. When 妹 is simply a general topic or subject, my sister, what about my sister? She came home just now. Whereas 妹が今家に帰りました, that's emphasizing 妹. My sister came home just now, specifically my sister, not somebody else in the family. Point number 4 expands on what we were just saying about wa being for general subjects and ga being for specific ones. In these next examples, both wa and ga are used in the same sentence in these set phrases. If you want to say I like something or I have something, the following patterns are used. 私はリンゴが好きです. I like apples. It's introducing watashi as the general topic. 私は, as for me, and then リンゴが好きです
like apples. But grammatically speaking, it's more like saying apples are like-able. Ski in meaning is similar to the verb like in English, but it's actually an adjective. So grammatically speaking, it's more like saying apples are likable. But what you mean is that I like apples. And then in order to say I have something like I have a sister, I have a younger sister, watashi wa imoto ga imasu. It's introducing watashi again as the general topic. As for me, what about me? Imoto ga imasu. Imasu means to exist. So what exists? A sister exists for me and my family. To be honest, it's best to learn how to say I like or I have as set phrases. This is the pattern, and not to overthink them too much. But if you need an explanation, here it is again. Now, this fifth point is a usage that's completely separate and different from the previously explained ones. When you take a pair of things and you compare them or contrast them in a parallel construction, both of the subjects take wa. For example, if you say, I like apples, however, I dislike oranges, it's ringo wa suki desu. でも、みかんは嫌いです. So both ringo, apples, get wa, and mikan, oranges, also take wa. In other words, even though in the previous slide, point number 4, we used ga with ringo. Watashi wa ringo ga suki desu. I like apples. Now, because you are contrasting liking apples with disliking oranges in a parallel construction, we changed ringo ga to ringo wa so that both apples and oranges take the particle wa. I know that's confusing, but it's because we have a compare-contrast situation. Imagine gesturing with both hands as you say, on the one hand, apples, on the other hand, oranges. And both hands, both topics, you have wa in them to balance them out. And in my sixth point, when you have a complex sentence that includes an independent clause and a dependent clause, it's normal that the subject or the topic of the independent clause takes wa, while the dependent clause subject takes ga. I ate the cake that my friend made. There you have a complex sentence.
The independent clause is I ate the cake, and the dependent clause is that my friend made.
私は友達が作ったケーキを食べました. I ate cake. Which cake? The friend made cake. I, the friend made cake, ate. Okay, so here, watashi is the subject of the independent clause, I ate the cake. So we have wa after it. And then tomodachi is the subject of the dependent clause that my friend made. My friend made the cake. So tomodachi ga tsukutta. And tomodachi ga tsukutta is put in front of cake to specify which cake I ate. So tomodachi ga for the verb made and watashi wa for the verb tabemashita, to eat. And those are the 6 points that I wanted to make today to explain some of the differences between the particle wa and the particle ga.
The differences between wa and ga are pretty subtle. Don't worry too much about making errors. You'll still be understood.